I stopped using Tretinoin 2 years ago, and quite honestly, I have never looked back. And I see online quite a few other people seem to be doing the same thing. Dermatologists are now recommending alternatives, lots of content creators saying they've ditched the tret and they've got fantastic results. So what exactly is going on? Well, for me, it was just a case of no matter what I did, my skin couldn't tolerate this high strength, super irritating retinoid. I'd go through phases where my skin was fine with it, then I'd get a flare up where I'd end up with super sensitive skin, lots of peeling, irritation, and it would be back to square one. I persevered for the best part of 3 years and it never changed, so I just realised this isn't the product for me. I also wasn't overwhelmed with the results that I got. Because my skin was always so sensitive and so flaky, I never saw the glowing skin that was almost promised at the start, and this is what I've learned along the way, and why I think quite a few other people are making the shift away from Tretinoin too. First up, we now have other alternatives. My dermatologist actually recommended I ditch the tret and move to this, which is tazarotene. Some studies show that tazarotene is actually more effective when it comes to anti-aging than Tretinoin, and it generally will be less irritating for most people. Now, of course, all our skin is unique like we are as human beings, and so what works for one person might not work for another. So I'd love for you guys to share your Tretinoin and tazarotene experiences down in the comments. But for me, I got far greater results from tazarotene with far fewer side effects than I ever got with Tretinoin. And I think one of the biggest shifts in away from Tretinoin is to tazarotene, and you can see that in prescription volumes. Prescription volumes for Tretinoin have plummeted, particularly in the US, whereas for tazarotene, they've skyrocketed. People are just making the switch over, and I've heard so many people saying they're never looking back once they've moved to tazarotene. We also now have some sky-high over-the-counter options that just weren't available for us like 2 years ago. Medik8 are probably the best example of this. This is their Crystal Retinal 24. Now, Retinal is available over-the-counter with no need for a prescription. It is super high potency because it goes through fewer conversions than other forms of retinoids like retinol, meaning when it gets to the skin, it delivers that hit of anti-aging in a much more effective way. It's generally, again, better tolerated on the skin than other retinoids such as retinol, so people are getting maximum results with minimum irritation and absolutely loving retinal. This for me has worked so well, and I'll generally cycle alternate days on tazarotene and retinal for the best results. You wouldn't have been able to get a potency like this just 2 years ago, and now we have such high strength options over the counter. People are saying, why go for the hassle of going to a dermatologist to get your prescription for Tretinoin when you can go over the counter and get something like this? Again, I think in skincare it's always worth mentioning, use what works for you. If Tretinoin is delivering, keep on using it. Cling onto it like it's your best friend. But if it's not, don't feel that you have to keep persevering. There are other options on the market. I made the switch, and just from personal experience, I'm never looking back. At 40, I need all the help I can get with anti-aging, and products like this have made it so easy. Let me know your thoughts, like and follow for more. Take care.